Please give me a moment. I'll make sure everything is working fine and we shall get started. Okay, I believe we are live on YouTube. Everything is working fine. Okay. Hello and a very warm welcome to today's YouTube live stream. My name is Ozair, and every Tuesday and Friday afternoon at 3 p.m., I go live over here on this channel. The YouTube one, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. And we stream live to all these channels. And I cover topics such as Google Ads, video marketing, online digital marketing, anything and everything to help you generate leads or sales for your business. We have a different topic every time, and today I'm going to talk about some top tips on how to optimize your Google Ads campaign. If you are new here to this live stream, the way it goes is I'm going to cover today's topic, and towards the end of the session, I will take some questions from anyone who has one. Put them in the comment box around the video. I'll bring it up on the screen and I'll try my best to answer them for you. Okay, so let's get the screen share started. All right. Okay, now the optimization of Google Ads is one of the most important um workflow which you need to do on a regular basis. Google Ads is not like set and forget. You can do that, and Google will gladly accept your money from you. However, you will not get the returns or the results you are looking for. Your campaign is going to go downhill, and you need to optimize the campaign with certain things. I'm not going to give, it's impossible to give you all the steps right now, but I'm going to show you some of my top ones as to what you want to be doing. So the first one, as you can see on the screen, is avoid broad match keywords. Broad match is too broad at the moment. It has always been, actually, and that's why the name broad. It's not very targeted. You will get search queries showing ads which are very irrelevant for your product or service. You will get the clicks for sure. You'll spend the money, but you will not get the conversions you are looking for. Um, Having said that, broad match is working pretty well these days with the smart bidding, i.e., the target ROAS and the target CPA or max conversions. The algorithm is getting better and better as the days go by, and I believe that a lot of the control which we have from exact or phrase uh, match type keywords will be taken away from us or will become pretty irrelevant. So the broad match modified has been taken away. Exact match hasn't been exact for a long, long time, and now we also see phrase match not being phrase. And when you go into your search term query report, you will find that certain search term queries have triggered your ads which are a close variant of the phrase match. I mean, exact match we always knew, but it's happening now more and more on the phrase match as well, which also we reach the point that more and more search queries are being shown in our account, which is good. And for keywords which we may not have considered before, we can start to consider those and start putting them in the campaign to evolve our campaign and get more keywords targeting in our campaign. So I would avoid a broad match to start with. If you don't have much traffic and you want to scale, then you start slowly bringing in the broad match. So initially, what I would do is I would just bring in exact match and phrase match. All right. Focus on the main goal or goals of your campaign or the account. So a lot of the account owners, managers, freelancers who I come across, they don't focus on the three most important goals, which are conversions, conversion rate, and a cost per conversion, or the return on ad spend, which is the ROAS. What they do is they focus more on, oh, I'm not getting clicks, my CTR is very low, my quality score is not very high, and so on. Yes, these are important, but I rather have a low CTR and a high conversion rate because that's where we start to get those conversions. So what you don't want to do, these are all the vanity metrics, as I would say. You keep an eye on them, but your focus and your main focus of your campaigns should be on these three metrics only, right? Whether you are running campaigns for yourself or for your client, you need to just focus on these three things. And when you start focusing on, the things which matter most, all of a sudden you find that those um, conversions are happening, your conversion rate is going high, and your cost per acquisition is going down. So keep a very good focus on this. This is something which not many people do, and we have also started to do very recently, which is to create a custom conversion column for impression to conversion. So what it does, it gives us a full performance of our ads in one easy to understand column rather than having multiple columns and see what is performing and what isn't. So usually we measure CTR conversion rate in separate columns. Some ads will have a high conversion rate and a low CTR, or some will have a low conversion rate and a high CTR. So which one would you recommend, or which one would you optimize for? Um, with this one, with impression to conversion column, you can see how your ad is performing in just um, one column. So the way you want to do is you go to your columns and then you go down to custom columns, right? And then you name whatever you like, and then you have from this custom drop down, when you click on the plus, you select conversions, then you hit the divided by and then the impressions, and then you keep the data format as percentage, and that's it. And then you will easily see how good or bad the quality of the traffic is, because you can see the conversions and the impression. So this is why it's called ITC, which is the impression to conversion rate. Search term queries. This is one of the most important reports you ought to be keeping an eye on a very regular basis. If it's a small account, and when I say by small, around $1,000 to $2,000 a month you're spending, then you want to be keeping an eye on this once a week, at least at the bare minimum. If there's more, then you want to be going in there on a regular basis. On some accounts we have, I mean, they're spending literally thousands and thousands of dollars per day. Then we go in here pretty much on a daily basis. So what this lets us do is two things: is to find bad search terms which triggered our ads, and also find good search terms which we want our ads to show for, which has got a high intent or buying intent or conversion intent, and we haven't added them yet as a keyword in our campaign. So it's a two-step process. So you find the negative keywords or search terms, add them either at the account level, campaign level, or ad group level, depending on how you sculpt the traffic, how you have structured your campaign. I can't say this is the right way or that's the wrong way. There isn't one. But if a search term, let's say you're selling iPhones only, you don't sell Samsung, and you saw a search term which said buy Samsung phones. So you can put that search term at account level because you don't sell Samsung and you don't want any of your campaigns to trigger it. Whereas if you do sell Samsung, but you want that Samsung to trigger from the Samsung ad group or campaign and not from the iPhone one, then you will add it to either at a campaign level or at an ad group level as a negative. And the same thing with finding good quality search terms or keywords. If we have got some conversions from a search query which isn't in our account or campaign, then you should add that. And that is what we call the positive or the good quality search terms or keywords. So, doing this exercise of adding negatives or positive keywords on a regular basis is going to pay rich dividends for your campaign optimization and help you cut out all the wasted spend, which will then be allocated for the good stuff. Okay. Be very ruthless when it comes to removing poor performing keywords, especially. I find a lot of people or students who I mentor or tutor, they are very attached to certain keywords. Oh, these are our bullseye keywords. We've got to run these. And when they are run, they are very expensive. So you need to be very ruthless when it comes to chopping and changing the stuff which are not working so that more budget is put towards the good quality keywords or campaigns. So keywords is one thing. Then you put in the locations as to how you can bid. If let's say New York is performing well, you can bid up, whereas Los Angeles is very expensive, you can start to bid down. So at location level, you can adjust the bids, or you can actually remove it or minus 100% any location which is not profitable. And you know that even if we cut down the bids by 50% and we still won't be profitable, then there's no point in losing money from that location. That means that area or that location, you don't have the right audience and you won't be able to make a profit from it. Audiences, again, keep a very close eye on it. I would highly recommend that you put all these audiences, whichever are good for your account, on observation level. So it will not have any effect on the campaigns. Let it run, get the data in. And once you can start to see that, yeah, these are performing, these aren't performing, then you can add or reduce the bids on there. Um, this is again very few people do, which is ad schedule and day parting. What we tend to do is to make a 4 hour slots, midnight to 4 a.m., 4 to 8 a.m., 8 a.m. till midday, midday till 4, 4 till 8 p.m., and 8 p.m. till midnight. And then we can see across these six uh, slots or the ad schedules, where are we getting the best performance, and where at what time of the day are we getting the worst performance. And then you can segment it out into day of the week as well, Monday to on Mondays between midday to 4 p.m. we get the best performance. We can bid more aggressively, whereas on a Friday from 8 p.m. to midnight, we have the most expensive conversions. So you can reduce the bids on there or stop it at all. Same thing with demographics as well, male versus female, and then the age range as well. So you can bid adjust accordingly, or you can stop them completely, exclude them from your campaigns. Devices, again, look at it. Which ones are the best performing? Computer, mobile, or tablet? What we tend to do in our agency is we tend to separate them out separate the devices out in separate campaigns. So we'll have a separate campaign for computer, separate for mobile, and separate for tablet. What we found is tablets don't convert very well, so nowadays we only run on computer and mobile. This way, we can also allocate a separate budget, because if you have mobile and computer running in the same campaign, majority of the budget is going to be eaten up by the mobile. The computer device is not going to get a look in, and you may be forced to switch it off because you might think, oh, it's not working at all, or it is working but it's not very profitable because it hasn't got much conversion data in there. So I would recommend that you separate them out. Yes, it is more work. You literally double up your campaign. So if you've got 10 campaigns running and you separate 10 for computer and 10 for mobile, you got 20 to look at. But it's worth doing that because that's the right way to go, in my humble opinion. All right. When you are setting up search campaigns, and this is specifically for the search campaign I'm talking about, keep a very close eye on the Google search partners, because when you are running a local campaign, let's say for a dentist, the search volume is very low. So I would recommend that you check the search Google search partners box, let it run. If the performance is bad, then you can take it out, but give it a go. The clicks are a lot cheaper as well, and quite often you will find that you are getting decent amount of conversion or converting traffic from there as well. Testing your ads, now it's getting more and more difficult, because in the past we used to run expanded text ads, which we still do at the moment, but going forward, and I believe from July, you won't be able to create any more expanded text ads. Everything will be on the responsive search ad. Now, the problem with responsive search ad, it has got 15 headlines and 4 description line. So we don't need to, although Google is doing the testing, we don't need to make multiple ads. Otherwise, you will need to make 15 and 4 and 15 and 4 for ad 1 and ad 2. So 30 headlines and 8 description lines is a lot. Secondly, if it's a very small campaign or account with a very small budget or low budget, Google will need to test it out quite a bit, because you've got so many different headlines and descriptions to test. You won't get the results very quickly. So what you can do is you can write 6 ads, 6 headlines and 2 description in ad 1, and then make another ad with 6 headlines and 2 description in ad 2. So you're not putting in all 15 headlines in just one ad, but make sure that the two ad 1 and ad 2 are quite different to each other, so you can see the difference between the 2 ads when you are testing it out. I see this quite often. Google, Facebook, they don't work. They've taken up all my budget. It's a scam. There's click fraud. They don't convert very well, and so on. It won't work if you don't test everything. So it's a 2-step process. Google, Facebook, Twitter, all of these are channels from where you drive the traffic. What happens when they reach your landing page or your website? So if you don't have a good funnel, an offer, the copy is very weak, you not using good quality images or video on the landing page, you don't have social proof, the pricing may be um, expensive, the quality of the photography or the images on the website is not very good, they are not going to convert. The user land the landing page experience of that user is not very good on your site as well. It's not going to convert. The call to action button or the buy now button is not working. How are they supposed to make that purchase or sign up to your offer? So always test these things on a regular basis as well. Just don't blame Google Ads. Oh, well, my campaign has been running well for 6 months and now it stopped running. Yes, it will happen. It's just like you've been driving your car for months and months on end without any problem, and all of a sudden it broke down. So you can't blame the car manufacturer. Well, there was nothing wrong with my car, and all of a sudden I broke down on the motorway. So these things will happen. It happens with our own campaigns as well. They've been running very well, and all of a sudden it stops to convert and stop the the costs start to go high and the conversions drop down. So we need to make sure that we take action and counteract to that by doing all the optimization which I've just shown you. Get to the bottom of it as to what's wrong with anything and get started. Just don't shrug your shoulders, give up, because giving up now is not an option. Where else are you going to go? I mean, the last 2 years have taught everyone that the future of marketing and advertising is online. Those who did not leverage these channels, they are far behind than those companies who have. Look at Amazon, where they are now, and some 100-year-old companies who had bricks and mortar stores and they never uh, went online. They've they've gone and they're collapsed. So online is definitely the way. If this was so easy that you switch on a campaign and it's going to start performing from week one, then the whole world will be a millionaire and everyone would be making money and making good money. The good news is, I wouldn't say good news, but the good news for you, I should say, is most advertisers give up within 30 to 45 days, stating the same thing: oh, Google doesn't work, Facebook doesn't work, and so on. They don't try, they don't test, and they don't keep going. So that's the good news. If you are one of those people who keeps on going, keeps on trying new things, if things don't go the way it should, then you are going to win. It's not a 100 meters dash, it's a marathon. And those who are in this game for the long run for sure are going to win. Okay, I can see a couple of comments. I'm going to bring up those on the screen now and I'll try my best to answer them for you. If you have any questions, then by all means, please put them up on the screen or on the description box, please, and I'll try to answer them for you. Okay. I want to learn Google Ads as a beginners. Do you have any course? Yes, we have. What I would recommend you do is you either watch 1100 videos on our YouTube channel, or you can go here, sign up to the masterclass, and it's going to give you all the information as to how we can help you with Google Ads. And we do offer coaching, consulting, and training for beginners as well as someone who is um, quite advanced. Okay, I've done that. Next one. Okay, someone from Facebook. I'm from Bangladesh. Welcome, Facebook user. Unfortunately, I can't see your name. Okay, Mr. Nayo 305. How hard is it to learn Google Ads? And what are the best practices to learn and get good experience for a job? This is one of the most commonly asked questions which I get. Okay, so there are two questions over here within that same question. How hard is it or easy it is to learn? Well, it really depends on how quickly you pick things up or how someone is being taught. If it really depends on the tutor, the mentor, or the coach. If they are good and they explain things in the way you understand, then you will learn things very quickly. If they don't teach you why you should be doing this, when and where, you will just be taking a second guess all the time and hoping that by doing these changes, things are going to work out. So this is again, I can't give you a specific time that within 3 weeks you are going to become an expert in Google Ads or not. So it's literally impossible to answer that question for you. What are the best practices to learn? Again, these are some of the tips which I've given you. There are so many different best practices. How to write ads, how to set up the campaign, how to set up extensions, and so on. Um, you just keep on doing this regularly, learn the way you should, and listen to different people, and then set up your own workflow. And you will find that things start to work, and you just carry on um, doing this over and over again. And the more you do it, the better you are going to learn and get experience for a job. Again, you will need to run Google Ads. There is no way around it, that just by practicing you will learn. The only way to practice is to run Google Ads. Now, if you are very new, then I would recommend that you join a company as a trainee or an apprentice, get a mentor or a coach, and learn under them. And then slowly, slowly, you start to take over, and you go for a job where you don't need to work under someone. Now, you will never ever learn everything. I learn new things every time. I have a mentor, I have a coach as well, even though I know most of what Google Ads is all about. There's no way I know everything. Just like the top players, the world's number one ranked teams and players, they don't fire their coaches or their support team because they are the best in the world. They have more. In fact, they double up their practice and training to stay at the top. To reach number one, stay at the top is easy bit. To remain at the top is the hard bit. So I would recommend that you get somebody to teach you how to get experience, and the best way is um, to do that is by becoming an apprentice or a trainee. Okay. Sammy as well have been trying to catch up with the previous videos he made. Okay, I believe there's some conversation going on Facebook. Hello, Mike. Hope you're well. I had a lovely time. Yes, I just came back last night, so I had a great time. And Dubai. Thank you. It was pretty hectic though. When I create conversions and I'm not getting the option to get the code for the Google as conversion tag in Google Tag Manager. No, so you won't get the conversion tag in Google Tag Manager. The way you need to do is you go into your Google Ads account, set up your conversion, and the last step you will get three boxes. One is set it up yourself, one is the email, and one switch off the phone. And the third one option is the tag manager. So under the tag manager, you have two things you need to set up. Um Under the tag manager box in Google Ads, you have two um, things you need to copy and paste in the actual tag manager account. One is the conversion ID, and one is the conversion label. The conversion ID will then go, you copy that, you go to Google Tag Manager, set up click on that pre-made Google Ads conversion tracking. It will ask you for that. Um, it will ask you for that. What you call it? The conversion label and the conversion ID, and that's how we do it. Oh, you're not getting the third option, really? Um, okay, let me open up. Da, 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 da. Just give me one moment. I'll open up my uh, test account. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Okay. Hope you can. Yeah, you can see this. Okay. All right. So now all you do is you go to Tools and Settings at the top. Go to Conversions, and then once it wakes up, it's always very slow when we try to do this live. And whilst it's doing that, I'll open up the Tag Manager as well. Where is my Tag Manager? Okay. Let's go to New Conversion Action. Then we go to Website. I'm just going to quickly do this. Purchase. Once you have set these up, there you go. Install the tag, email the tag, and the Tag Manager. So from here, you get that conversion ID and then the conversion label. And then you go into your Tag Manager and set it up. So hope that helps. Uh, it's not working. Hmm. Very weird. I just went there. Okay, I'm going to put it over here. So this should work, and this is working. I'm on that page right now. Let me know. So that is the masterclass where you need to go. So Mike, I'll just let me know if you did get the option. Somebody saying, I guess he has full access to the account. Well, full access. I mean, conversion tracking will work on any account, whether it's got full access or not. Or you might have read only access. Yes, that's true. I'm not sure whether you have set up a link the account as a read only access or you have got the full um, access as an admin. The best way to do that is to set up an MCC and then link the client account to that. That's how we would do it. Okay, I'll put that masterclass on the screen. Okay, I'm just gonna go through the last time if I missed any or not. I don't think I missed anyone. Brilliant. Okay. So thank you all so much for being here today. I hope you have a great weekend, and I shall see you back over here, same place, same time on Tuesday, the 8th of March. Till then, have a great weekend and stay safe and goodbye.